Taurus, welcome to your just-in-time intuitive tarot reading. If you're watching this, Taurus, do trust there is a message here for you. If you're a regular calling back in for another reading, welcome back, Taurus. Great to have you here. And if you are a newbie, welcome. My name is BRONYA. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Looking forward to bringing you through this message. Now, what else do I normally say at this point, Taurus? I say, oh yeah, please do like, share, comment. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button. It does keep the readings flowing, channel growing, helps me connect with your energy. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're from. You know, I love to hear. I'm getting really distracted by these cards. I think you can tell, Taurus. So I have number 1, higher consciousness, and I have number 19, adds to 10, which also boils down to 1, numerology speaking, application. So we've essentially got new beginnings, or the number 11 coming through, awakenings here. So maybe you're receiving higher consciousness signs, synchronicities, or awakening around either the application of knowledge or an application. Now, could that be an application that you have in at the moment? I don't know, for finance, for a home, for a job, to be, part of some kind of a program. Maybe, there's going to be movement on that. Maybe this is your nudge to put the application in if you haven't yet. So let's keep going, Taurus. I'm going to use the Divine Initiation Oracle, the Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. I'll link you to these beautiful decks down below, and I'll also link you to my website should you want to arrange a personal reading or healing. You will also find my socials, Instagram and TikTok for different daily readings. Can I just say, look at the stance. It's all the same. 3 here, looking up to the heavens. Something here is heaven sent. I don't know, but this is infinite potential. This is Archangel Michael, I think. And it's like there is protection here. There's protection around an application, maybe something that's meant for you. But there's almost an energy of like calling this in from the heavens. I don't know, but that's probably my favorite card in that deck. We see the beautiful lavender colors, which is, very Wild Lotus Tarot, which, is crown chakra, and maybe this feeling of, like I said, intuitive insight. I just know that opportunity is meant for me, or I've got a feeling it's going to land. Let's keep going. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the 4 of Pentacles can be feeling guarded, or, there's this feeling of excitement brewing, but there might be this energy of, look, I just need to wait and see. I need to ground myself. Sometimes the 4 of Pentacles is overcoming confidence issues or feelings of not being worthy enough for whatever it is that you're applying for. So we need to obviously overcome that energy. And sometimes with the 4 of Pentacles, it can be linked to financial scarcity. As part of this process, you might have had to spend something. That's an edge when we don't have guarantees, right? Yeah, but justice is here. Justice, Libra energy, for me, is commitments and contracts that bring greater balance to your life. Or some of you might be, putting an application in to query something, or for legal justice in some way. Hence Archangel Michael, the protector. Justice, excuse me, it also indicates karmic rebalancing, karmic balance here. And it is number 11, so we've essentially got 11 coming through in this reading now. So, yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Look, I mean, we've got the 4 with justice and then the 10. So if there is something financial that you're having to release or release to gain, you're being told that you receive the outcome. Something pays you back. Now, that could be if you initiate a legal case that you get a payout. This could be if you were thinking about, applying for something like a job or immigration or, mortgage or whatever it is, that the outcome is the 10 of Pentacles. Greater stability, being able to put down roots, being able to increase your financial resources so that you can plan for the future, for retirement, for adding to your family, for buying a home. So maybe that's the higher consciousness that you're receiving. You're almost like having to to think 3 steps ahead and trust your footing, trust in the infinite potential. 7 of Wands, because there is an energy of resilience and determination that is required. Like I said, there might be multiple things that you're needing to overcome in order to move forward with this. But the 7 of Wands indicates having the higher ground. It really says that you maybe have to push and fight a little bit, but generally it talks about, you know, a determined victory. So I actually really love the 7 of Wands coming through here. It's not necessarily easy. Yes, there's a path here, but we have indication of a win. Whoops, there's 2 there. 5 of Wands, and Judgment was coming in behind that. Yeah, so the 5 of Wands says we really need to hone our energy and also overcome that feeling of being conflicted about do I, don't I, what's going to happen. It's like make the decision, Judgment, make the judgment call and go all in, right? This is a very pivotal turning point. Judgment is the divine reckoning. It is the gateway to the world, right? The last major arcana, a very expansive cycle in your life. Judgment is liberation from what's kept you small. It's a, you know, almost like a breaking free energy to infinite potential. There could be an urgency on it with Judgment. You might feel like this is my last chance. So what are you waiting for is the question here, Taurus. Get that application in if you haven't already. King of Cups, Scorpio energy, the Death card. Transformation. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. It's saying you need to follow your intuition, make an emotionally intelligent decision here. The Moon, oh my goodness. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, I have the Fool, the card of leaps of faith. Now, I think I mentioned that we have the lunar eclipse in Pisces on Sunday, and eclipse energy can be life-changing. It illuminates new paths, it can illuminate truth, it can illuminate shadow. But I see someone here who's contemplating, so you're either waiting to hear back from an application or contemplating whether to move forward with one. Well, I have the Fool here, and it's the leap of faith card. It's new beginnings, it's launching off and taking flight. But 4 of Pentacles, like I said, we might need to overcome our own confidence issues or issues around value and worth. It could also be with that energy there that you are needing to, like I said, release resources. Like sometimes it costs us to submit to something, or especially like an immigration process. I know I've been through several myself. Like they can be really expensive, and we can be like, well, what if I'm not successful and then I find myself without the outcome and, you know, $10,000 less in the bank. Like, but the thing is that usually, you know, bigger risk, bigger reward. There is infinite potential here. You need to make the judgment call and own it, because at the moment I can kind of feel this wavering energy, 5 of Wands, and that is the energy that just keeps us stuck, right? Keeps us in indecision. The 10 of Pentacles would indicate that there is a future here, a stable, secure future, something that really involves you and your greater, wider family as well. But justice is about making the decision, owning and moving forward, even when we feel like we don't have all of the clarity. You know, the clarity comes, it opens up moment by moment. But King of Cups, you're being asked to actually operate on intuition and high emotional intelligence right now, because sometimes that's the only compass that we truly have. There's infinite potential in this application. Higher consciousness is saying, take the leap of faith. Taurus, I am going to leave it here. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, comment, hit subscribe. I'll link you to my website should you want to arrange a personal reading or healing with me. I'll also link you to my methodology, Aligned, the 4 Fields method. This is my legacy work that has come out of my own process of creating the life my soul desires, and the 2,000 plus personal readings I have done. I found that we read the pathways of potential, but of course it's up to you whether you move towards them or not. And that's the hard bit. How do we take the right steps, overcome our blocks and limiting thoughts, beliefs, What do we need to value? Who do we need to be to move from where you are right now to where you want to go, what you want to create? This program is the bridge. This is the solution. So I'll let you peruse that in your own time. I'm sending you much love and magic, Taurus. Do take care. Bye for now.